details here. יש גם כלי שמלאכתו להיתר. Let's say you have your, the question is if you're allowed to touch a lulav on Shabbat, if you're allowed to touch things, lulav is a muktzeh. You cannot really touch it on Shabbat. If let's say you have an etrog that you need to sell, it's also something that if you have jewelry, okay, that is valuable. You remember we spoke about Muktzeh mechamat chesron kis, some things that are very, very valuable. So jewelry usually, let's say it's yours, it's valuable, but it's not a muktzeh mecha. You can wear them, you can decide which one you want and put it back if you don't like it. But if you're intending to sell them, let's say it's a jeweler that wants to sell this piece of, he has a nice necklace at home that he needs to sell it the next day. For him, it's a muktzeh. He won't give it to his children just to try it on, or even to his wife. He's going to keep it safe to make sure nothing happens to it. And then it comes muktzeh mechamat chesron kis. You're not going to touch it. What else we had here? All kind of broken dishes. Let's say broken dishes that you could still do something, some kind of something with them.
Chipped.
Okay?
Chipped. Like
chipped that you can still. So you're allowed to carry them. If let's say something broke to pieces, and kids can step on it, or even adults can step on it and get hurt. Okay. So you're allowed to remove them or sweeping them away so that it won't bother anybody. Okay.
Could you use a wet towel to wipe off the broken china?
Wet is kind of a problem because you might squeeze. Yeah, so wet is a problem. You may spray a little bit some kind of water or something, or some kind of detergent and wipe it, but in a very, very careful way so that you won't squeeze. You can use basically a broom or okay. There is something that's called nolad, which like an egg that was born on Shabbat, which are muktzeh. Muktzeh mechamat mitzvah. Let's say in the sukkah, you have things that you buy for decorations. They are muktzeh because you're not going to take them out. You're not going to do anything with them. So these are muktzeh. Basically, we're talking about the spirit of Shabbat. Spirit of Shabbat means you're not looking at, let's say, recipes on Shabbat.
You're not?
No, because what do you want to do? You want to...
Just to read.
You want to... No, it's not... You're planning what type of cake I'm going to do next week, or what type of salad I'm going to do, next
ideas,
time.
No?
Huh? Yeah, but it's not for Shabbat. You're planning it for Yom Chol. You cannot.
What if you're planning for Shabbat?
If you want to do a certain salad for now, let's say you're not sure how to do, this is when you can look at this. You cannot on let's say there's some magazines that there's all kind of advertisement there, right? And the advertisement tells you when is going to be the party next week, or it tells you where you're going to buy on sale bounties or I don't know, food or all kind of stuff.
But it all comes on Shabbat.
Yeah, so this you cannot look at this advertisement on Shabbat. Again, we're talking about the spirit of Shabbat, not to plan ahead, all kind of, you want to plan the party, what you're going to have in the party, what you're going to do, who you're going to invite, who you're going to call,
So we can't look at Jewish magazines even, or even Jewish newspapers on Shabbat.
You can look at the Jewish magazine, but not at the advertisements.
But there's an advertisement every other day.
Go to Times.
Flip over,
So
don't
you
look at
just
the
like-
advertisement.
Come over before
Huh?
Yeah, really. That's a toughie.
Because what is the advertisement? When's the next Shabbaton? How much money is going to be this Shabbaton? Or what else you have in this advertisement? How much that they make? I don't know, all kind of vacations, all kind of stuff. It's not good. It's
You can't avoid it. It's just in front of your face.
huh?
They shouldn't put it in the Jewish papers.
Don't read newspapers
See,
on
there was
Shabbat.
this guy, a famous example from the Torah, from our Gemara, that he was walking in his garden and then he saw that the fence was broken. He started thinking, how should I do it? How should I fix it? When he came home, he said, how could I think of fixing it on Shabbat? It's so bad. I'll decide not to fix it, and then Hashem Yazor. So he decided not to fix, and it says that on the spot, some kind of how you call this a bush that grows, and tzalaf that
Wow.
is like a vine, not a vine,
Ivy?
ivy, okay, came to grew over there, and he was able even to make money from this. I don't know how exactly, but he was able to make money of it,
This one was
and
so-
he enjoyed it. Everything was okay. I want to wrap up with this subject of the Muktzeh and of Shabbat. With this story that I read, there's an organization in Israel. It's called Refuah V'Chaim. They're making all kind of camps, summer camps, other camps, Shabbatons. They volunteer basically to help out all kind of needy children, children with Down syndromes, all kind of special kids with special needs, special ed, and all these. They help them out. So they invited close to 100 kids. It's not an easy
No, it's
project. Close to 100 kids for this hotel in Netanya. And at the last moment, one of them canceled, one of the children. So the coordinator is sitting and thinking, maybe I should invite somebody else, Chaval. It's a family that, lo alenu, they have a child that has special needs. They rest. Their Shabbat is so different when this child, they take care of him in another place. The children, the siblings of this boy or girl, they get a lot of attention because otherwise he gets the whole attention. And it's very hard. It's mentally, physically, it's hard on the parents, it's hard on the family. Once this child, is away one Shabbat, he enjoys, the family enjoys, they have quality time a little bit, some quiet time that, they can come back to themselves and feel so much normal. So he thinks, who should I call? Okay, I don't know, he had in mind somebody, and he calls this family, and he tells them, listen, we have an empty spot this Shabbat. I'm sorry, it's the last moment, but do you want maybe to send your child? So this guy tells him, you don't know. You call me in such a perfect time. You don't know. He tells him, what happened? He says, well, our little son became 3, and we are on our way to Meron, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, to do chalakeh, to cut his hair for the first time. Now this kind of a boy, he needs attention, he wants us to be there, and because we really thought we're going to take our special boy and send him to my sister, to my sister-in-law, to my sister-in-law, and he knows her, she knows him, and he feels very good with her. So we send him there, but then emergency, she calls me an hour ago. She tells me that that her father-in-law, lo alenu, passed away, and they have to run to her in-laws. She cannot have the child anymore. My kids feel so frustrated. We had to go back take our son and maybe go now to Meron the whole way. We don't have the right equipment. We're not ready to take him to Meron, and then everybody, they feel frustrated. It's hard for them. And now you're calling me that you're willing to take him. You don't know. It's such a great mitzvah. Thank you. So they take him. They bring him to this hotel in Netanya, and the child has a blast. He enjoys every second there. Parents keep calling, all kind of parents. Did you remember to give my son his medicine? Do you all kind of things and requests for this special, and he answers all of them. This father calls him also just before Shabbat. Is it okay? He says, yeah, I see him. He's fine. Don't worry. Everything is okay. So after Shabbat, parents are calling again, and he's calling too. The father, he tells him, I want to pay for this Shabbat that we send our son. He says, what are you talking about? Absolutely no. No one pays. It's fine. He says, what do you mean? It's the last moment. And I'll tell you what. I was sitting on Shabbat with this wealthy man that came from overseas, from America, and I was talking to him about this Hashgacha Pratit, how we were on our way to Meron for the Chalakeh, and we were supposed to take our son with us. After you called and you took him. So the guy, the rich man, was so interested, and he said, what, just like for free? They took your son? They host him the whole Shabbat, they take care of him, they pay his meals, and he's in a hotel. Who's going to pay for all this? So tell them that I'm willing to pay, not only for him, but for the whole Shabbaton.
Wow.
So he tells him, are you willing to accept it? Now this guy, the coordinator, he felt so emotional. He says, I didn't know how I'm going to pay this Shabbat. And all of a sudden you come like a miracle from heaven and you tell me you're going to pay for everything.
Okay.
This is what Shabbat does. Sometimes we think, how am I going to pay all this Shabbat? It's a special food that you buy. It's a lot of preparations, a lot of food, a lot of fruits and vegetables and guests that you get having over, and it's a lot on you. But whoever aneget Shabbat, they say, Shabbat, whatever he asks for, Hashem fulfills. It says specifically in Tehillim and in other books as well. So, Be'ezrat Hashem, we'll pray that we'll be able to keep. We need one Shabbat completely. One Shabbat, one community, one whole is going to keep it 100%. The Mashiach is here. We don't need more than that. So, Be'ezrat Hashem, with the spirit of Shabbat, with the preparation for Shabbat, with some laws, of course, we didn't cover everything. There's a lot of other laws that we didn't even touch. But with all these, Be'ezrat Hashem, Hashem should see how we try and send us the Mashiach B'ezrat Hashem, and we should have Shabbat Menucha L'chayei Olamim forever and ever. Thank you so much.
I have a question.
Me too.